And hello, this is Eric from It's the DJ, and in this tutorial what I have for you is a simple lesson on thinking about your track's structure or arrangement. Not the most fun topic. It's always more fun to go to YouTube and how to make drum and kick drum low end sound like such and such. That's always fun and exciting to learn a new technique that sounds fun and sexy. But it's still not going to help you get past the 8-bar loop phase. So what I want to talk to you about in this video is to think about your tune in three. Let's really zoom out. Your tune really has three basic sections: an intro, a middle section, and an ending section. Now the intro and the conclusion can be very similar. And then the middle section is where you need to do a little bit of work. That's where the track may have your breakdown, and that's where you're also going to be introducing and bringing in any interesting melodic ideas, hooks, riffs, catchy arpeggios that repeat, stuff like that. Stuff that's all in techno and underground music. So, again, intro, middle, and ending section. Many of these tunes are between 6 and 8 minutes. So you've got roughly 2 minutes each. Each section could be about 32 bars even. I'm sorry, longer than that. Each section could be about 64 bars. All right. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, of course, there's little micro sections as well. You may introduce a bass line or have the bass come in, or a hi-hat or shaker start at bar 17 after 16 bars have gone by. But after 2 minutes, let's just, keep it more high level. You've got your intro, you bring things in, you build a little excitement. Now we're talking, we're about 2 minutes into the song. Now you're going to introduce your main hook or idea of the song. You may work it a little bit. That's going to go on for another 2 minutes. You're going to build up the energy. You're going to take it out, have like a little breakdown section, and then boom, you have a drop. Now, it's very typical for the drop to occur in these genres around bar 145 or 153. So that's close to 4.5, 5 minutes into the tune. Your energy is still high. You take away energy, and then like the last 16, 32 bars of the tune can really be the same as the beginning. Of course, you may have some fades and automations and, things like, think about the different tools in your arsenal to increase energy and take it away. The classic 909 ride cymbal is a way to introduce some energy and build things up. You may have things repeat more frequently. And have stuff change over time, have some little fills and whatnot, right? Like here's the chord, little, chord phase that I have. And it's not like I have the same exact loop that plays here, plays again here, and it all does the same thing. Like in the breakdown, it fades in. So that, that's part of the idea. And then, when I play it over here, it's just doing something more simple and repetitive. And then I've got a variation where there's just a little, you see it right here? A little fill at the end. Here it is. So yeah, there's a little, variation on a pattern, right? Like don't continue the same idea, but give it a little bit of variation. That's how you make your music sound more interesting and less boring. Obviously, we don't want to go totally over the top, but we don't want to be too boring either. Here's that fade in part. And then the main section kind of repeats in this little bit. And then some other stuff that I'm doing is, sometimes people send me their tracks. Oh, they're beginning and just starting out. Oh, what do you think of this? And they've got the same predictable kick build up, drum fill, noise, or whatever, and it predictably repeats like every 8 or 16 bars, right? So that's a common thing you want to avoid. Like I only use this snare roll only at the breakdown. It's very reverberated and such. It's only used there. This clap pattern, you can tell it's pretty sporadic throughout the track. I sprinkled in this little vocal from here and there. Speaking of the classic 909 ride, I'm using that to build energy here. And, sometimes people let the rides continue throughout the break, then take them out to really decrease the energy. So when the kick comes out, you can still have some ride cymbal going. So here's what that sounds like. Here's what it sounds like before. I'm not going to play it and make you wait and sit through a whole, 7-minute thing. So that's the main idea. So about 2 minutes of music have gone by. So at bar 17, or about 30 seconds in, I bring in the bass. And it's a subtle thing there. I've just got it high passed a little bit, and then it comes in. The thing moves on. Early on, I start the shaker on the 8th note, offbeats between the kick. I've got this little vocal thing here. Some, background noise type thing going. All right, and now here's the beginning of the middle section. So 2 minutes in, I introduce my keys. That's kind of the middle section. And then to make things a little more interesting, I do have this arpeggio part. That fades in after a while. That goes for a bit. Then I bring the keys back over here. Another 8 bars go by. I have that variation on the key idea, so it's not the same old boring loop. Now, some people may keep the rides going a little bit. Yeah, that's just a bit of personal preference. This is going to go on for a little more. So the breakdown is... what is that? That's 16 bars. So, not going to keep it moving for people on the dance floor, not going to, drag it out so they leave. The drop, you're going to build the energy up a little bit more, build it up a little bit more, and then this is pretty much my outro here. And then, 201 to 217, that's a 16-bar section, about 30 seconds, and that's basically the wrap-up of the tune, and that is that. I could go into a little bit more about how I made this. Maybe I'll do that for some other lessons, but keeping it focused just on arrangement and structure, I'm sure many of you are capable of doing something like this, where you really got two main melodic parts, the keys and the arp. The arp just kind of comes in and out and weaves in and out volume-wise with just a fader. And then the keys just have some subtle variations. I mean, it's really not much there. And again, sprinkle things in and out throughout the tune. The idea is always less is more, find sounds that don't compete with each other but complement. And then, I'm sure if you're at the stage where you're getting good ideas down and you like it, you're bopping your head, something like this could be useful for you to borrow and, just instead of using my sounds, fill in your sounds. If you're working on a track that maybe has a similar energy and feel, you could easily just substitute your own stuff where I have put in mine. Anyway, that's that. This will be a template for sale and available, audio only, so it's not going to be at the $30 price point or anything like that. And this is all done in Ableton Live 9. It's very CPU friendly. You don't need a big expensive machine to run it. Right now I'm on a 2011 iMac. When I play through the main section here, what I'm tapping out maybe a 10% CPU usage, and that's while I'm running screen capture recording in the background. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Always be sure to subscribe to this channel, click through to my website, and subscribe on email so you get the latest and greatest. And have a great time, everyone. Thanks for watching.